Guys, now I actually want to reorganize while I'm doing this. I have a lot more bags, and I'm actually going to put them in the Hills basket here. I had them in this Kmart bucket, and if you remember, I got this Kmart bucket from the Moon Township Kmart that closed in January, and I just thought that was really cool that they were selling it. $3.99 was what the asking price was, but I ended up getting it for $1.99, and I figured, yeah, what the heck. Alright, so as for the bags that were in there, I got this one called Fashion Factory, and, you know, truth be told, I could not find any information about this online. I was looking, there's a thing called Allegheny Fashion Factory, or Pittsburgh Fashion Factory, here, but I couldn't find this logo at all. But somebody did make a note when I asked on this online group. This little symbol right here looks awfully a lot like the Zare logo, so somebody brought that to my attention. So I don't know if maybe this was something at Zare or not. And in this bag here, linens and things. I actually got this from my friend Brandy. She gave that to me, so I just thought it was really cool. I'm like, hey, what the heck? I'll take it. Why not? So thought that was awesome. Alright guys, here you go. Another one. Richmond. We found this one up in the attic too. And while I don't know much about the store, I do know that it is very old. I do know that the store no longer exists, at least not here in the Pittsburgh area, but yeah, this is very old too. I think from the 70s or 80s. I'm not 100% sure, but I think from the 70s. But yeah, got this bag, and I'm not letting that go. Guys, this one here, absolute minimum pricing means we've reduced prices on over 7,000 items, so you get the lowest total food bill. The new Giant Eagle. This is really old too, but here's the funny part. Like, for starters, for people that don't know what Giant Eagle is a Pittsburgh-based grocery store here, and they've become very, very big. Like, they expanded all the way into Ohio and Maryland and West Virginia, all over Pennsylvania here, and there's some way up in Erie, but they don't have any in New York. But the funny thing is, people around here hate Giant Eagle, and I say that because, you know how this bag says absolute minimum pricing? That is a total lie. Maybe back in the day that was true, but now Giant Eagle overprices everything. I'll put it this way, I only go to Giant Eagle when I absolutely have to, because their prices are outrageous. So I just thought that was really cool and funny to see this, but this was up in the attic as well. And I like that it does say the new Giant Eagle, so I don't know what year this is from, but I thought that was really cool when we found it. And it has the same thing on the other side too, so that's cool. Speaking of another old bag, you can count on me, Sears. Well, Sears, actually we can't. Not when every store is closing up left and right. Pretty soon there won't be a Sears at all. This is a find that was in the attic, you know, obviously very old as well, and we're hanging on to this too. I'm not letting this go. Keep going. I'm folding them up as I go, and I keep putting them into the Hills handbasket. There's another one. My mom found it up in the attic here. Kaufman's, a little paper bag. And Kaufman's was a department store that closed. They're extinct now. Nothing on the back, but we found this up in the attic. And we're obviously saving that because that's really, really cool. So, got that. And before I get to the next bag, the last bag that I'm going to show you, at least that I know of, check this out. And I know it's dirty. Blue Light Specials balloon. I found this in the parking lot at the Moon Township Kmart a week before they closed. I'm going to clean it off. All I got to do is wipe it off, and then I'll probably hang it up or something. But that is just too cool. I love that. Alright, there you go. Another one. Another giant Hills bag. This one isn't quite as big as the first one I showed you, but this one I got from my good friend Matthew. He gave me this when we traded a couple of things a couple of weeks ago when I visited him at work. So he gave me this, and this is just incredible. Mint condition too, nothing wrong with it, not torn or anything. I love it. And again, as I was saying, Hills was my favorite store, so this is really, really awesome to have. So I'm fortunate enough to have one, but now I got two. Another Kmart bag, another new one. I haven't seen this one yet. Kmart Pharmacy, service with a healthy dose of care. Now this came from the Moon Township Kmart. which I thought was really ironic because I got this bag with the items in it long after the pharmacy closed. And if you remember in the update video, these things here, these are back braces, back supports. There's 2 more in there, but they are exactly the same. And they have the giant Kmart logo here on the back of it. It's just so cool that when I saw them and I only was charged $1 a piece, I grabbed them and I couldn't not grab them. You know, a bunch of them that they had didn't have the logos, but they had a couple with the logos on them, and I grabbed them, and I gave one to a friend of mine already because I had a third one. Yeah, because there's only 2 in here now, so yep, got those. That's awesome. Next up is this item here. You see Focal on there. If you guys don't know what Focal is, that was a camera and film line by a specific retailer. This camera here too, and it'll say it right here. Look to the left of the Focal logo. Kmart. That was Kmart's line of cameras and film. And I found this at the thrift store, and it was only like 18 bucks. And I was on the fence. I didn't know if I wanted to get it for myself or not. And funny story, it's not even mine anymore, or won't be. I sent a picture of this to my friend Brandy to get her expert opinion on it, because she knows photography and cameras better than me. And she called me up right away and asked me to get it for her. So, yeah, I got it. And I figured while I still have it in my possession, I would show it to you guys, because that is just really cool. And I've checked it over, and it works, no problems. It takes film, as it is old. It is from the 90s, so, but still, it's really, really cool. And I just had to show that off, because I thought that was sweet. So, yeah, definitely a really cool find. Not something I never thought I'd find in a thrift store. A Focal camera by Kmart, with the case, too. A couple other goodies here. Kmart free store pickup sign. I got that from the Moon Township Kmart on the last day. They just gave it to me, said I could have it, you know. And then this one here, the holiday BOGO throughout the store sign. And on the other side, Kmart, buy one, get one. I got this at the Westview Kmart after Christmas was over, because it was getting thrown away, and I was able to grab one at the end of the parking lot. So, I know it's silly, but it says Kmart, so I wanted it. So, I got that too. I got this bag here too. It says Go Elf and Wild on it, with the Kmart logo. I got that from the Moon Township Kmart around Christmas time there. And I put my beanies and winter hats and my scarf in there too, so I got that, which is awesome. And then, you remember the jewelry case, which I got from the Moon Township Kmart when they were closing, that I was able to buy. If you remember, on the last day when I circled around the store, I found that laying on the ground in the back parking lot there. These went on the front of the shopping carts there for the layaway thing. And inside the case here, I have all these gems. Let me actually open up the door, it'll be easier to see. So I open up the door. As you can see, I got all kinds of Kmart goodies on this side. Some other things too, but as you can see too, there's the Ames. As you can see, there's an Ames price tag, a Far More price tag, and a couple Kmart ones that I stuck there. I have a couple Kmart matchbooks I got from my friend Brandy. The 1-833 Kmart Benefit Service Center magnet I got from Jonas from the Moon Township Kmart when he found those in the back room. And he also found these goodies too. The WoW Member Experience Game Changer pin back, as well as the couple other pins here. Then the buttons too. Kmart Flu Shot, Kmart Price Tag, Kmart Lip Balm, and I put one of those Kmart balloons in there too. And that button there, which was awesome. Also got this from there too, the Want, Assist, and Thank You Are a Star Kmart Sears postcard. You take that out too. It's not even used. Kmart or Sears free cash coupon. I found that in a inside of a filing drawer that was for sale at the store. The Kmart Smart Guide to Customer Service Excellence from September 2009. I got that from Moon Township Kmart too. The Kmart merchandise return card and the gift card there, I can't remember where I found those. I think I found those at the Bell Vernon Kmart or the Butler Kmart. I don't remember. Jonas also gave me the pencil. And the keychain I got there, I believe he gave me that too. Actually, he did, yeah. So I got that too, the Kmart keychain, which is pretty cool. I have a roll of Kmart price tags, unused. And in this roll here are the yellow clearance ones. I got those too. And then these two name tags here and lanyards, I got these. I found these at the Butler Kmart when they were closing. After the store had closed, I found them outside. And they were near the compactor. I thought that was so cool. They were just laying there. And I'm like, dude, I can't let these go to waste. So I grabbed them, especially that Sears holding one. And that one still has a person's name tag in it. Now this here, I know it's just a NASCAR diecast. But for starters, it says Budweiser on it. And it was in the toys department at Kmart. Has the Kmart price tag on it there. And as you can see too, in the upper left-hand corner, it says ages 21 and up. Now, being somebody that collected NASCAR diecast a while, like many years ago, they actually made a few diecasts for adults where they would put like alcohol names on them. Because most of the time they would always just say Dale Jr. or Rusty Wallace or something on them. But I thought that was really cool. They found it under a gondola at the Moon Township Kmart. And this is from 2003. So that car was in that store that long, unsold, for $5, and I got it for $1 because it didn't even ring up in the system. The Toy Mania, a Kmart button, the pinback, I found that on eBay for $5, free shipping, couldn't resist, bought it. And if you remember, when I revisited the Bell Vernon Kmart, I found that under the compactor outside, the Kmart cash, gift card, and more. Nothing on any of these gift cards. There's no value on any of them, but I kept them anyway because, I mean, that's so cool. That's old. So I grabbed that to, you know, to keep. So, close up this side. Then, oh yeah, matter of fact, remember that? From the Moon Township store? Yeah, so I got that. And I know it's not retail related, but I love Conneaut Lake Park and the Blue Streak roller coaster, so I put that license plate up in the top there so this side would have something. And as you can see, a bunch of goodies in here. Get through that in a second here. Let me unlock the case. It's hard to do this with one hand. So, but yeah, I got the Hills can koozie. I found that online, and that was custom made for me. And this here, Hills, Home for Holiday Savings. This is a coupon book I actually found in the Ames in Economy, PA. This was a coupon book that were available Friday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. only. And that was for Black Friday in 1992. Yeah, given by the date there. So, every coupon is in this book. Every coupon has the Hills logo on it. Not one has been taken out of here. This thing is in absolutely mint condition and in incredible shape. And I just couldn't resist. When I saw it, I had to rescue it because I'd never seen this before. So I have that, and then on the back, this is what caught my attention, because at first, when I saw it, I just saw that, and I figured, oh, it's just, it's just an advertisement from a store, because in the office where I found this inside of Ames, there was garbage and food and candles, from homeless people or drug users camping out in there, and I just figured it was garbage, because there were receipts from Taco Bell, Walmart, that kind of stuff, and then I just happened to flip it over. I saw that, and, well, you remember, I was super pumped and excited. So, and I know it says Mega Savings Checkbook on that side, but when I have it in the display case, I like to have it on this side so you can see the Hills logo. Fast forward to another time at the Ames. I didn't film on this adventure. I was showing my buddy Tom around the store, and I was taking pictures on that trip, and I found these the Hills Reduced tag and the Hills $1 Lays Me Away tag on top of the circuit breaker boxes in the back room. Something provoked me to climb up them and check just to see if there was any gems up there, and I found those. So I was really happy that I did check. The Polaroid Hills prepaid phone card. I got that on eBay because I saw it and figured it was like $6 or something. I figured, yeah, why not? The Ames name tag. You remember I got that there. Hills price tags, unused. They're dirty because they were on the floor upstairs in the back room, but unused, so I had to grab those. Check this one out, guys. The Ames 40th anniversary truck, and it even has the Ames price tag on it. I found that on eBay for, I think it was like $10 or something, or $8, and when I saw it, I definitely had to grab that. Couldn't let that go. My brother used to have a job at Bob Evans for a couple summers, and he found those buttons there and asked me if I wanted them, and I said, you know what, yeah, even though Bob Evans is alive and well, I figure, why not? Because I've never seen them. So that was cool. And then there's another Murphy's tag. And then this is an envelope from Kodak film for photos. Brandy gave me that. That's really cool. So I figured, even though it's not necessarily retail related, I put it on display in here anyway. My buddy Matt, he gave me this Ames credit card. I fell in love with that the moment I first saw it. It's so immaculate too. I love it. And then one day on a whim, I was looking on eBay and found these on there for $1.99 with free shipping. Hills and Big Bear. Big Bear was a grocery store, and you can ask my friend Matthew. That's like a very big store for him. He loves that. A Hills price tag I found inside of the Ames that, was just laying on the floor, so I grabbed that and rescued it. Then my mom found this, too. This is from Three Rivers Stadium. Pirates were playing. It was one of the playoff games there, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this thing's so old, so I'm glad she gave me that, and I put that up there. And there's another one of those, liquidator tags from inside of the Ames. Put that in there just for the heck of it. My brother had a job at Pep Boys, and I actually found that in a closet when I was cleaning. And I figured, yeah, why not? It is retail related, even though Pep Boys isn't dying or abandoned. I figured I'll still put that in there because that's cool. And just for fun, I put one of those Far More cassettes in here too. And I didn't even show you too on the back. It even says how it was based out of Youngstown, Ohio. So that's cool. And then just this weekend, my good friend Anthony hooked me up with the Montgomery Ward credit card, and I was in love with this thing the moment he showed it to me and gave to me. Just amazing. Alright, this was the other Hills bag that I have. I knew it was in the attic, and I just finally went up there and got it, as well as another batch of bags here that I found up there. And wait till you see some of those ones that we found up here in the attic of my mom's house here. So, Hills bag, this one's, again, gigantic like the other one I showed you, and it's awesome. And this one's going to my good friend Matt, because he's hooked me up with so many retail gems. And I actually have a few more that I know that I'm getting, which I won't be able to put in this video, because they're actually still in Matt's possession, but he's given them to me, and I have this for him as well as a couple of other things, so that's awesome. And here's another Far More bag. This one is really old. We found that up in the attic, and it has the same logo and slogan on the other side of the bag as well, and it's in mint condition. Love this, and never seen one that looked like that, so I'm hanging on to that one for sure. Then over here is another stack of these little bags, the little Far More bags. I actually got quite a bunch of them here too. My friend Matthew hooked me up with these ones, as well as the other stack that I showed you. And that's what they all say on the back. I'm going to have to check that website to see if that website still works. I'd love to find out. More bags here. The old school Walmart one. Another rollback. Back when they used to have the smiley face as their logo. And on the back here it says, makes the world a different place, recycle this bag. So, that was kind of cool. Now they just don't care anymore. This was back when Walmart wasn't too bad. Now they're just awful. This one here says deep discount on it, and if I'm reading this right, it says another way Giant saves you more every day on health and beauty products. So I'm imagining that this was from Giant grocery stores. I could be wrong, so if anybody knows, let me know. That would be awesome. We have a bunch of these we found in the attic, so we got that too. Back to the Farmore bags. We got a couple more here. As you can see, the logo is different on them, where that one is in italics and that one is just straight, like it's like older looking on that one, which I really like. I want to check this website, though, to see if it still works one of these days. So, probably doesn't, but that would be fun. And on the back, they both say different things. Like this one says vitamins.com. So I'm imagining that this one was a newer style. But this one here just talks about the pharmacy. Although it does say farmore.com, so who knows. It might be a newer one. I don't know, but that's pretty cool. All right, then here we got a couple more bags. As you can see, the old school Michaels one. Now, I know they're not really a dead or dying retailer, but I just thought that Michaels bag was really cool. I've never seen one like that before, and that was up in the attic with all of these other bags here in this batch that I'm showing you. And this one here is from Weiss, if I'm saying that right. That's a grocery store, and we have one located in Zillionople, PA. You know, it's about 40 minutes north of me, and then the rest, I know there's a bunch of them out towards central PA and whatnot, so nothing on the back of either one of these ones, but still pretty cool, though, nevertheless. Okay, here then we got this Rite Aid bag, and I know Rite Aid is still thriving as well, but this appears to be an older one, like from many years ago. It just struck me as old with that on the bag there, which I thought was really cool. It says the same thing on both sides. Thought that was really awesome. This one here, I have no clue what this is. This one just says the Great Holiday Haircut Store. I've never heard of the place before. It says the same thing on the other side. No clue about it, but I thought it was too cold to just leave up in the attic, and I'd put it with the rest of the bags here in the collection. And then here is a typical Kmart bag from modern day here, but as you've seen, they keep changing the graphics on the bag, so I'd never seen one for a long time that looked like this, so when I found this one in the attic, I grabbed it and figured I'd, you know, preserve it, you know, since Kmart is going under anyway. Here is a large Burlington Coat Factory bag here. This is about as big as that first Hills bag I showed you. I bagged a bargain at Burlington. Now, I know this as old as I haven't heard that slogan in so many years. This was up in the attic as well with all the other bags. This was amazing. A couple more bags here. The old school Boscov's bag has the same logo on the other side. I've never actually seen that design on a Boscov's bag myself personally. Mostly because, number one, we don't really have any Boscov's near Pittsburgh for me to shop at. And, two, I know that's not what their logo looks like now, so that's pretty cool to me to have. And I know this, from what I understand, this is a chain of grocery stores out in central PA. My mom's brother actually lived out there, and he sent us packages, you know, around holidays and stuff and birthdays, and he would always, you know, bubble wrap everything with a bunch of plastic bags, and that was actually one of the boxes I found all of these bags in, so I thought that was pretty cool. So, with that said, too, we actually found this receipt, too. Farmore, Mechanicsburg, PA. That was in one of the Farmore bags, so thought that was pretty cool. And this was from May 25th, 2000. It's 6:15 in the evening. That's awesome. I know it's a little beat up, but still, to have a physical receipt from Farmore, I find to be really cool. Old school Sears bag. Haven't seen a Sears bag that looks like this in quite some time either. And I like that the way it's designed too, it gets wider as it goes out towards the top. I find that a little bizarre, but that's pretty cool though still. Because I tried straightening it out the best I could, and it still goes outward on each side. So that's awesome. But yeah, old school Sears bag. Hanging on to it because we all know that their days are numbered. So that's a cool find. No, you're not seeing things, people. An old school big Kmart bag.
Oh, Merry Christmas, sister there. Hold it, will you? Hey, you get your bag?
Just that. Just so cool.
Oh, wait.
This is from the 90s. I found this up in the attic, too. Inside of this bag, too, was this receipt from that big Kmart. And it was out in Mechanicsburg. And look at the date, 12/19/99. If you are not happy, I am not happy. Mark O'Reilly, store manager. And on the back, look at that. Never seen a Kmart receipt like that in such a long time. That's awesome. So, got that too. And right before I filmed that part, I found out that Kmart store just closed last year too, permanently. So, at least we still have that from the store. So, my uncle, you know, he's not here anymore. And, you know, finding these things from his home, you know, is awesome. That were, you know, that he would send to us. It's just really cool. So, in a way, that's, it's bittersweet, but it sucks that Kmart's gone now, too. That would have been cool to go check that out. If I head out that way, if it's still abandoned, I will definitely have to film it. So, but moving on. Alright, then we got this bag here from Herman's World of Sporting Goods. I didn't do my history on this place. I have no clue about this place. I have no knowledge of it, but I just looked at this bag up in the attic. It was the only one from this store that I seen, and it just looks old. Like, this looks like a bag straight out of the 70s for some reason, based by the text. But I thought it was too cool to leave up there, so I thought I'd take it and put it with the rest of the bags there. So, there's that. Alright, people, who wants to go trick-or-treating? Got these in the mail today. I found these on eBay, and I was so, like, mind blown by these. I couldn't resist. I had to get them. So, they weren't much. It was only like $10, but I figured, yeah, this is really cool. Got one from Woolworth and one from Ames. And they're in excellent condition, too. They look like they were never used. Like, the only, like, blemishes on are some wrinkles in them, you know, from being stored, you know, for over 20 years. But it looks like they were never used or never opened. I mean, they're a sturdier plastic, too, versus those typical plastic bags there. But cool, nevertheless. Alright, you might have seen these in one of my live streams on YouTube a while back. These are not from Kmart, before you get the odd idea. I know they look identical to the liquidation signs that Kmart has, but these actually came from the Ames out in Economy, PA. And I got a couple of each kind, or one of each kind. You know, some of them stick together, so I didn't want to mess with them. But you got the going out of business signs. You know, I got a few of those, actually. These ones are stuck together. Got huge inventory blowout. Oh, that's my favorite, the big blowout. So cheesy looking. Nothing held back. Got that one, too. And then I got the infamous store closing sale. How many Kmarts have you seen these at? Same signs. So, that's why I haven't really been worried trying to get any of these signs from a closing Kmart, because I got the same exact ones from the Ames out in Economy. They're exactly the same. Yeah, so the next time a crackpot liquidator who's in a bad mood all the time, because that's just how they are, wants to say that the store closing signs are copyrighted, yeah, okay. Whatever you say there, pal. Alright, this banner is huge. Kmart, free layaway. It is literally the length of the bed. But I got this from, I think it was the Butler Kmart. I found this behind the store, just laying in the back of the parking lot, like up against the end of the parking lot, literally behind the store. And I didn't know for sure. It was just kind of all crumbled up at first. But when I found it and realized that it said Kmart, I rolled it out, you know, tried to lay it out the best I could. And, I mean, just look at that. That's really awesome. And to think it's been there, you know, for so long. The Butler Kmart closed last year. Look when these dates were. 2013. That was over 4 years ago. So that's pretty cool. Right. This Kmart gift card here says Kmart and Sears on it because you're special. I actually found this gift card a couple of days ago, and I haven't checked to see if there's anything on it. There probably isn't, but I went back to the Moon Township Kmart now that it's officially abandoned, and I found this laying in the back of the store right next to the compactor, and as soon as I noticed it, I had to grab it. So actually, it was like near the back doors, near the compactor, so when I saw it, it was really muddy and really dirty. I tried getting as much of the mud off as I could. I washed it, but it didn't all come off. But looks pretty cool, though, still. So I'm going to hang on to it, as it has both Kmart and Sears on it. This here, Ames toy cash register. Obviously, the batteries don't work anymore. Batteries don't work anymore since it's old, you know. But my friend Matthew gave this to me. He has another one. He gave me this one. And look at that. Still even has the price tags on it. And he gave it to me because I got him some Ames hangers. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. Guys, check these out. Here's the call box that I got from that Nate guy on YouTube. I put the batteries in it. You saw me unbox it. That's so cool. Then you just clear it by pushing a little button here. So I got that from him, and then those, the register lane lights from the Ames in Economy. I took 5 and 10, and you know why I did that. 5 and dime, nickel and dime store, 5 dime. But I got those. They were in excellent condition, and I had to, you know, preserve them because, again, as we know, Ames is gone, you know, as a company, and the store out at Northern Lights is getting torn down very shortly, and if I were to leave these in the store when it gets torn down, they're just going to get destroyed and will be erased from existence. So I was happy to get those and be able to preserve them. So there they are, and they are safe.